So today we are going to continue our second chapter. So today we'll discuss about the physical divisions of India. Okay, major physiographic divisions. The physical features of India can be divided under the following physiographic divisions. So there are main 6 types of physical divisions in India. First is the Himalayan mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the Indian desert, the coastal plains, and the islands. So here in this map, as you can see, this curve, Himalaya is forming this curve, which is extended from north to northeastern boundary of India, and the northern plains in this map you can see northern plains here, just on here, just below the Himalayan mountains. This vast land, it is northern plains. Here UP lies also here in this plain. UP, Bihar, here some part of. Okay, so this is our northern plains, and the third was peninsular plateau. So peninsular plateau are these parts. These are peninsular plateau. Here Deccan plateau is also coming in this Deccan plateau, and this is Malwa plateau. Vindhya ranges are moving from here to here. Going from this is Vindhya ranges, and fourth is the Indian desert. So Indian deserts. This is Rajasthan also here. So this is Great Indian Desert, and fifth is the coastal plains. So these are coastal plains. The coastlines of India is this from Gujarat to here West Bengal. So these are vast coastal plain India has, and the islands. So we know that there are 2 main islands of India, Lakshadweep in Arabian Sea and Andaman and Nicobar in Bay of Bengal. So these are islands. So these are 6 physical divisions of India. So we will discuss about Himalaya first. Here the Himalayan mountains. The Himalayas, geologically young and structurally fold mountains. What is fold mountains? Actually we know that the mountains are formed due to the collision of tectonic plates when those planes move towards and they collide, so they form fold mountains, stretch over the northern borders of India. So this is our the north to northeast, this northern border of India, which is where Himalaya is extended. So the northmost part of Himalaya is known as a Greater Himalaya. Okay, so those mountains ranges run in the west east direction. From the Indus to Brahmaputra. The Himalayas represent the loftiest and one of the most rugged mountain barriers of the world. They form an arc. So this is arc shape. So they form an arc which covers a distance of about 2400 km. Their width varies from 400 km in Kashmir to 150 km in Arunachal Pradesh. So here the width is 400 km and here around 150 km. The altitudinal variation are greater in the eastern half than those in the western half. The Himalaya consists of 3 parallel ranges in its longitudinal extent. A number of valleys lie between these ranges. The northernmost range is known as the Great or Inner Himalayas or the Himadri. So the the northernmost range. So the range of the Himalaya which is on the northern side. So here this is Himadri or Greater Himalaya, and these are the highest mountain ranges in the world, and here in this range it is also known as Himadri. Here Mountain Everest also found in this range. It is the most continuous range consisting of the loftiest peaks with an average height of 6,000 meter. It contains all the prominent Himalayan peaks. So in this range, in the Himadri or Greater Himalayas, the highest peaks of the Himalayas found, and this is the Himalaya ranges. The folds of Great Himalayas are asymmetrical in nature. The core of this part of Himalayas is composed of granite. So the core of the Himalaya is formed of granite. It is perennial snow bound, and a number of glaciers descend from this ranges. So this part of the Himalaya is perennial snow bound, means most of the times or almost these are snow bounded. Okay, temperature is is very low on these ranges. The range lying to the south of the Himadri forms the most rugged mountain system and is known as Himachal or Lesser Himalayas. So here just when we come down from the north, in the middle of from below to the most north part of the Himalaya, these middle ranges of the Himalaya are known as Himachal. Himachal or Lesser Himalayas, it is also known as Lesser Himalayas. The ranges are mainly composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. The altitude varies between 3700 and 4500 meters, and the average width is of 50 kilometer. So here in these ranges, here these are Himachal ranges. It is Lesser Himalayas or Himachal ranges. Okay. While the Pir Panjal range forms the longest and the most important range, the Dhauladhar and the Mahabharat ranges are also prominent ones. This range consists of the famous valley of Kashmir, Kangra and Kullu Manali. So Kashmir, Kangra, Kullu Manali, these famous valleys also formed in the Himachal ranges or the Lesser Himalayas. This region is well known for its hill station. So most of the hill stations are formed in this Lesser Himalaya. The uppermost range of the Himalaya is called the outermost. The outermost range of the Himalayas is called the Shivalik. They extend over a width of 10 to 50 km and have an altitude varies between 900 km to 1100 meters. 900 meters to 1100 meters. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers from the main Himalayan ranges located further north. So this part, the lowest part of the Himalaya, these are Shivalik ranges, which are found from the sediments which are brought by the rivers which are flowing from Himalaya, upper part of the Himalaya. These ranges are composed of unconsolidated sediments brought down by rivers from the main Himalayan ranges located farther north. These valleys are covered with thick gravel. Besides the longitudinal divisions, the Himalayas have been divided on the basis of regions from west to east. These divisions have been demarcated by river valleys. So these divisions are formed, boundaries are made by rivers. For example, the part of Himalayas lying between Indus and Satluj has been traditionally known as Punjab Himalaya, but it is also known regionally as Kashmir and Himachal Himalaya from west to east respectively. The part of the Himalaya lying between Satluj and Kali rivers is known as Kumaon Himalayas. The Kali and the Tista rivers demarcate the Nepal Himalayas, and the part lying between Tista and Dihang rivers is known as Assam Himalayas. There are regional names also in these broad categories. Okay, so Himalaya is divided according to its boundaries, divided by the various rivers. The Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of the Himalaya. So here you see, so eastern boundary of Himalaya here. So Brahmaputra is originating from here, and it is going from this is Brahmaputra, which is calling Shanghapo in the China, and forming the boundary of Himalaya here in the eastern boundary. So the Brahmaputra marks the easternmost boundary of the Himalayas. Beyond the Dihang Gorge, the Himalayas bend sharply to the south and spread along the eastern boundary of India. They are known as the Purvanchal, or the eastern hills and mountains. Here Himalaya, here this is eastern, and this bent over here, sharp bent of Himalayas here. Okay. So these hills running through the northeastern states are mostly composed of strong sandstones, which are sedimentary rocks covered with dense forest. They mostly run as parallel ranges and valleys. The Purvanchal comprises of Patki Hills, Naga Hills, Manipur Hills, and the Mizo Hills. Here these hills are formed over here in this region. Okay, Patki, Mizo, and Naga Hills in this area. So this is about the Himalayan mountain, the part of Himalaya which is in India. Okay, so Himalaya is divided in three ranges: Himadri, Himachal, and Shivalik. The northernmost part of the Himalaya is Himadri, where the highest peak of Himalaya is found, and below the Himadri there is Himachal, and below the Himachal there are Shivalik ranges are formed, and in the Himachal there are famous hill stations are found in the Himachal ranges of Himalaya. Okay, so this is about the Himalaya, and in the next class we'll study about the northern plains.